And welcome back to High Ground MTG and the Spindown. I am your co-host, Spiny Mouse, and with me, as always, is
Hi Guy. How's it going, Spiny Mouse? How you doing today?
Going all right. We are in a big time for Modern. Lots of different changes happening. Zendikar Rising has certainly had an impact on the format. Which
huge impact. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tonight we just kind of wanted to go over our experiences in what we've been seeing in the modern metagame, and how much it's shifted since Zendikar Rising has released, and then we kind of want to talk about what you can expect from the channel as we move forward. So do you want to kick things off?
Oh, do I? So we talked about this a lot when this card was first previewed. But can I just say, Skyclave Apparition is so good. So good.
Skyclave Apparition has definitely made its presence known in the modern metagame.
Absolutely.
So not only has this card popped up in a variety of shells, I think it's pushed Death and Taxes to tier 1, tier 1.5 at the very least, to tier 1.
Yep.
It's pushed
in the
Spirit.
Metagame. It's in the metagame.
It's in the metagame. It's all over the place. It's pushed Spirits. I've been testing around with it in a humans build. Like if you can play it, you should be playing it. And I think I really think that shows, and it's represented in the fact that I picked up 2 copies yesterday online for 12 ticks a piece. And today you told me they were 20 ticks or closer to 20 ticks, like 19 ticks.
Yeah.
It's just insane how much it's skyrocketed. So I hope that you have picked up your copies of Skyclave Apparition, because this sucker's everywhere.
It's great too, because it feels like not necessarily everyone is, because it's a new card, not everyone is just reading it correctly either, and so a lot of people will try to remove it in response to you casting it. They won't wait for the trigger to resolve, and so they'll push it, they'll path it, they'll lightning bolt it, whatever, because it's very removable, very weak to
it's
every
just a
removal
choo-choo
out there. And so people will bolt it in response to the trigger, thinking that that's going to do something, and then they don't even get a token out of the deal, and it's great. So, read the cards.
I will say I have been playing it, but I've also been on the other end, and oh my gosh, I am getting tilted every time it comes into play, because it literally answers just about every single permanent in the format.
It does. It really
mana or less. It answers everything in the format. Vile, your creature suite, planeswalkers, even you can't play, you can't really even play Jace. Not that people are, but it even deals with Uro, even Omnath. So
Yep.
It is super, if you can play it, it's highly, highly recommended. So like I said, I've been playing it I've been testing it out in humans, just as a 2 of, and 1 in the sideboard and 1 in the main. I really like it in the main, just splashing, and the mana base is a little bit difficult, but it's not too hard between Vile and Nobles to get the double white. But just having a main board answer to an ensnaring bridge is really, really nice.
For sure.
Which is something that humans doesn't necessarily have. Also the synergy in a spirits build too. I want to be testing that out a little bit more in the future, but oh my gosh, if you can Coco into one of these too, if you're playing Bant Spirits, super good.
Oh yeah.
Where have you been testing it out, Spiny Mouse?
I mean, you know what I've been testing it out in. You know. It's taxes. I'm playing right now a mono white Eldrazian taxes. So you get Eldrazi Displacer, which if you're not familiar with, you can pay 3 to blink a creature. And with Skyclave Apparition, if you can vial it in, or if you have enough mana when you play it, you can blink the Skyclave Apparition with the trigger on the stack, and then you get to exile 2 things from your opponent, and they don't get a token for it.
It's so stupid.
It's dirty.
It's like I said, like I said though earlier, I really think that like the printing of Apparition has really kind of pushed taxes into kind of 1.5 tier 1. So
yeah, for sure.
I've definitely seen more taxes lists in the metagame as a result. So
we're back.
But yeah, I like we said, we hope you pick those cards up, because I really think that this is going to be a staple in any kind of white build. The token is honestly pretty inconsequential. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Oko giving you like a 3/3 elk. Like you just don't care about. You just don't care about the token, so you just get so much value out of playing it. So
absolutely.
Card is here to stay, I think, until it gets outclassed. But I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to do that. So
yep. It's a good one. It's a good one for sure.
Definitely our top pick for best new card impacting a modern.
Absolutely.
From Zendikar Rising. Another card I kind of want to talk about that I've been seeing a little bit of is Glasspool Mimic and Glasspool Shore, the MDFC card, the 3-drop rogue shapeshifter.
Yep.
So you can have it come into the battlefield and have it copy something. I will say that Nikachu has been using this card in Merfolk to great success, and I think that maybe you could probably find a home in other, like, maybe kind of spirity, or not spirity, but like more tribal decks. Like I think it would be a pretty decent include in spirits, maybe as like a 1 or 2 of, and maybe even a little bit of testing maybe in humans. I think if you're able to play Vile, it really helps.
For sure. I mean, the nice thing about it too, obviously, is that it's also at worst a land. Like, you know, at the very worst, it is just an extra land in your deck. And so I haven't seen I haven't seen a ton of people play some of these lands as of yet. But I'm still curious to see how they shake up the modern meta, because they just add a whole new dynamic to some of those things, to where you just get free land,
right?
Kind of, you know. And
I think why I like it in like a Vile deck is, one, Vile helps you cut down on your lands. So like at most in any kind of Vile deck, you probably want 20 lands. But if you're also playing in conjunction the Glasspool Mimic, you could probably even get away with shaving a few more lands and having more creatures. So like having those like threats, and because it has the versatility of coming into the battlefield as anything you want, like I think there's a lot of exploration. Just the value of having it never being a dead card is pretty darn great. So
pop up in Soul Herder list. That's pretty spicy and fun.
Yeah, and anything that can blink lands or so, like, I think it also has some pretty fun synergies with, like, since it's blue, you can play it in like possibly like a Cryptic Command deck, or like a deprive deck, any kind of ability that lets you lift up a land and then maybe play it as a creature post. So I think there's some room to explore that. I guess time will tell, and we'll see how that goes. You know, so. But yeah, that's another card that I've been seeing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Any other decks that you've been kind of running into a lot?
You know, it's interesting. I've seen just a few times, but I think it's gonna continue to be present. Is Mill. Mill got a couple of extra pieces, and I think it's got some legs there. It's got some legs in Mill these days.
Yeah, that extra
little crabby. What it's got. That's what I was going for there. If you see the visual, it makes much more sense. Yeah, the crab definitely helps out modern mill, and so I've seen mostly mono blue mill actually. I've seen some Dimir mill
It's
that's
interesting.
putting up, but I've seen a lot of just straight up blue mill, um, which is which we've not seen for a while. So
I've definitely been seeing blue black mill. I know the Glimpse the Unthinkable is really, really good. So I've been running into mill a lot lately. They're also playing what is it? Blood Chief's Thirst 2 as like an additional sort of like fatal push effect. And so I've seen that card slowly kind of pop up in any kind of black strategy, even like Rakdos, like Death Shadow. I think the printing of that Skyclave, like everybody kind of sort of predicted on the nose, Scourge of the Skyclaves, like Death Shadow, 3 through 4 or like 4 through 8, like that's definitely been popping up a lot more too.
absolutely.
And it's also really tricky to play against it because like I've had to start like calculating math differently. It's like I have to also worry about my life total. And it's a really interesting interaction too. So like if they're able to hit with Teamer Battle Rage, like, and they're able to hit in with first strike damage, and then they're able to hit in again, like the math like gets really, really wonky because like your life total drops. Anyways, so that's also a really annoying card that I've kind of been seeing in the metagame. But those are kind of the big ones that I think have had a real tremendously big impact. I guess Omnath too in the Euro piles.
Oh sure.
But
I mean Euro pile is going to continue to be a monster of a deck for a while until Euro gets that ban that we all know is coming someday.
That leads me to like, what kind of hate pieces should we be packing in our sideboards for everything that we've kind of been looking at? I've considered Gaia's Blessing, that card that will put your cards back into your library. I guess it depends on what archetype. I've been playing a lot of 5-color humans, so I just anytime I'm up against mill, I just bring in all of my creatures and just like
and I think that's what you want to do. Yeah, I think people either like don't side in enough cards against mill or they side in too many. I do think you can side in too many. Like you don't actually want to bring in literally everything unless literally everything in your sideboard is a threat. Because you want your threats to be thick. So
also don't be afraid to mulligan against mill. Like if you're like, it's an okay, and I'll keep it. If you don't feel confident that like it's gonna give you an explosive start, like it's okay to mill because that's another card in your deck that's gonna get milled. So buys you some more time. So it's the lines that like I've had to think about. It's been really interesting, especially against mill. But
for sure.
Yeah, between that and taxes and trying to figure out how to like work around like that is something now that like if I'm playing against a white deck that I have to think about, especially like a lot of these white decks too are playing Stoneforge package as well.
Yes.
I got blown out by like a green white. It was kind of a hate bears package. But they like cocoed into like Apparition and like that new like Archon or whatever that like taps your land. Yeah, so that was super frustrating.
Yep.
I can't do anything.
What's great too is that card has the kind of the Eidolon / Ethersworn Canonist text on it too, where you only get to play one spell per turn. So you can get people that way as well. And not everyone realizes it too. I've had a lot of opponents, and I've done it myself, where it's like, I go to cast spell number 2, and I'm like, why isn't it letting me do the thing? Like, is Moda bugging out? And then you sit there and you think about it for long enough. You're like, oh, right.
Yeah. 100%.
So.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm still packing Graveyard Hate. So like, if I'm playing white, Rest in Peace. If I'm playing anything else, probably Relic of Progenitus. I'm still playing. I'm playing a lot of like removal for things like Dismembers or other kinds of simple removal. But
creatures are still everywhere. So pack your
humans humans is still a pretty big archetype that's sitting pretty high up in the metagame right now. So definitely something to keep your eye on. I've also been running a lot into the Amulet Titan deck.
Oh, the one with like Elvish Reclaimer and Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Yeah, Field of the Dead, that sort of thing. That is a hard. If they get going super quick, that is really hard. Yeah. I was like I said, I was on humans and I was for some practice rounds, and I think they played double Search for Tomorrow, and I cast Meddling Mage, and and they had suspended, and they weren't able to do it. It was great, but yeah, I think honestly, I've been seeing a variety of decks, and I really feel like Modern is in an incredibly healthy metagame. Yeah, I think the shakeup from Zendikar Rising cards has been really nice. Euro is all over the place, but you know, I think it's become a lot easier to hate on that card and hate on the deck. Yeah. So long as they don't get Wilderness Reclamation out, because
yeah, for sure.
But anyways, I'm feeling really good about Modern right now.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, it's been really fun. So anyways, let's move on from talking about Modern. Let's talk about the state of our channel. Shall we?
State of Modern is the state of our channel. Absolutely.
Yes. So go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, as you all have probably seen, we haven't been posting nearly as much as we started when we started off. We want to thank you all, of course, firstly for sticking around and for all your patience. We definitely appreciate it. Life has just been a little crazy these days. Just a little crazy.
Yeah, a little hectic. I know you're in the middle of a move, and I'm in the middle of like just work and everything. So trying to get everything all balanced out. And trying to get games in here and there. So that got us to talking, and that got us thinking about how maybe we can bring more content to you on a more regular basis and have it be a little less intense for us. So what we think we want to be doing from here on out is giving you more bite-sized videos that are roughly like a half hour. So we want to be playing like one match as part of a series. So my goal, and I hope that you've seen this with Spiny Mouse's last video. He uploaded one, which was like part one of a series. But
more to
my
come,
goal is, yeah, absolutely. But our goal is to have like a best of 5, and then we play one deck through a best of 5 matches, and then we kind of have a summation. So basically the long videos that you've been seeing but chopped up. And if we have time, we'll probably drop a long form videos, but as far as like editing and all that behind the scenes stuff, it's just a little bit quicker to get things out if we chop things out. And for your viewing pleasure, you'll have more content on a more daily basis.
Right.
So that's our plan for right now. We can revisit things. We also want to be doing Spindowns and battle bonds when we have the opportunities to do so. But
right. Because we love doing those. Those are fun for us.
Yeah, those are super fun. And hopefully more channel collaborations like we got to do with the Dive Down. That was really, really cool.
If you're out there, hit us up.
Yeah, absolutely. When you play Modern, we'd love to have you on the channel. Anyways, that's kind of the state of the channel. Like we said, my goal is to hopefully have start doing leagues if we can start swinging that, and then kind of go from there. But
which I may also do at some point, probably not till after the move and everything has kind of settled down, because but too much for now. But once that goes through,
time sensitive. But but it's a lot easier to get one matchup at time.
Exactly.
Anyways, so that's the state of the channel. That's the state of Modern. If you guys or gals have any questions for us, please leave them in the comment section down below.
And once again, thank you for hanging out and all the patience with us. We love to hear from you and see how much you enjoy our channel. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And follow us on Twitter at HighGroundMTG.
Absolutely. We are on pretty much all the social medias as HighGroundMTG. So If there's a
We'll leave
social
it-
media that we're not on, let us know and we'll jump in there too.
We're not joining TikTok.
Yet.
Yeah, refuse to. You can be in charge of the TikTok account.
I have one. I technically have one. It's a personal one. So if you can find me on there, you can come see that I don't have any videos posted. It is only so I can follow my kid.
All right.
All right.
We are signing off.
We sure are. Thanks so much for watching and for hanging around. Make sure that you have the high ground, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye from the Kai Guy. Hello there. Thank you very much for watching High Ground MTG. We hope that you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and check out our playlists for even more videos so that you can have the high ground.